Greetings to all. In this video, we are going to discuss about torque slip characteristics of three-phase induction motor, in which we are going to discuss about three regions of operation. One is motoring region, second generating region, and third braking region. And all these regions of operation are purely based on the value of a slip. And we are much familiar with the operation of induction machine as an induction motor, in which the range for slip is from 0 to 1, or we can say the value of slip is positive in motoring region. It is possible only we are having more synchronous speed while comparing with rotor speed. And next is generating region. It is quite opposite to the direction of motoring region. So here for motor we are having a slip range from 0 to 1. It is in the positive direction. And now for generating region we are going to have a slip range from -1 to 0. It is just opposite to the direction of motoring region. So we can say the slip value is negative, and whereas slip is positive for motor, and for generator the slip value is negative. It is possible only we are having synchronous speed less than the rotor speed, and whereas for motor we have to maintain more synchronous speed, but here we are having just opposite in operation. And in both motor as well as in generator we are having further more region of operations, in which we are having two region of operation. One we can say as a stable and another one as an unstable region of operation. And for stable region of operation, the torque slip characteristics going to follow a straight line behavior, and for unstable region of operation the torque slip characteristics will be look like a rectangular hyperbolic function. For stable region the graph will have a straight line behavior, and for unstable region the graph is going to have a rectangular behavior. And these two regions can be predicted by using the value of slip. So by changing the value of slip we can estimate the behavior of torque slip characteristics either as straight line or rectangular hyperbolic function, and it is common for both generator and motor. Now in braking region we have to maintain the slip value greater than 1. For obtaining the value of slip greater than 1 we have to change the direction of the synchronous speed. It is possible by changing the phase sequence of the supply being connected with a stator. So normally when we are having a sequence of phases R, Y and B, and for that we are obtaining the rotation of the stator flux in the clockwise direction with the speed of ns. And now for obtaining the direction of the speed, that is for obtaining the negative value of synchronous speed we are going to change the direction of rotation of the stator flux. So now we are going to have a counterclockwise direction for RMF and with the speed of -ns. For indicating the reverse direction we are using minus sign over here, and it is possible only we are going to change the phase sequence. So here we are having RVY instead of having as RYB. Here we are going to reverse the phase sequence as RBY. Only then we can able to change the direction of the stator flux, and also we can change the direction of the stator speed, that is synchronous speed. And by substituting the value of synchronous speed as -ns while finding the value of slip we can get the value of slip as greater than 1. So this is about the braking region. In braking region 2 we are having two types of braking. One is mechanical braking and another one is electrical braking, and here we cannot go with mechanical braking directly, because if you are going to use mechanical braking directly sometimes the motor will not stop. It means it is not going to obey for this braking region, or sometimes it is going to produce or dissipate extra heat, so it will give a damage to a machine. So in order to avoid that, we are going to use electrical braking first, and up to some particular extent we are going to use electrical braking, and then we are going to apply mechanical braking. So first thing is electrical braking, and before applying mechanical braking we have to immediately cut down. It means we have to immediately disconnect the stator from a supply. So this is the main condition to be keep in mind while applying braking to the machine. So now let's discuss about the value of slip for obtaining stable and unstable region of operation in both motor and generator. Now we'll start with the motoring region, and for that we are going to take the torque equation being developed in the previous video, that is the general torque equation for synchronous motor, and in which we are going to substitute the values of slip. So we know the slip range for motor, it is from 0 to 1. So for low values of slip, it means the slip value is approaching 0, and for that case we can get the torque is directly proportional to slip. So torque is directly proportional to slip. And the second case would be for large values of slip. So it means the slip is approaching 1, and for that condition the torque is inversely proportional to a slip. So all these conditions we have discussed in the previous video itself, but now again we are comparing with the stable and unstable region. So here we are having two region of operation that is purely based on the value of slip. So in low slip value we are having a direct proportionality, and in higher values of slip we are having torque is inversely proportional to speed. Now we can say that in last slide we have discussed that if you are going to have a stable and unstable, and for stable we are going to have straight line behavior, and for unstable we are going to have a rectangular hyperbolic behavior. Now compare this stable and unstable region with this value, and we can obtain a straight line behavior only when we are having a linear relationship, and here torque is directly proportional to slip, and it shows that it is having a linear relationship between torque and slip. So we can say this torque directly proportional to slip, that is for low value of slip it is going to have a stable region of operation, and whereas here we are having torque is inversely proportional to slip, it means it is going to behave like a rectangular hyperbolic function. So rectangular hyperbolic function, it will happen only when we are having an unstable region of operation. So we can say for low value of slip we are having torque directly proportional to slip. It means we are having straight line behavior, and so that because of that we are calling that low value of slip region as stable region. And in opposite case, that is for large value of slip, we are having torque is inversely proportional to slip, and in which it is going to have a rectangular hyperbolic behavior. So we are calling that region as an unstable region. It is for motoring operation, and whereas for generating operation we are just going to have an opposite value. That is, here we are having straight line behavior for low values of slip, and whereas in generating region we are just going to have that straight line behavior, the stable region of operation for large values of slip, and we are going to have unstable region of operation in generator for low value of slip. That's the only difference between motoring and generating a region. So in this picture we can see the complete torque slip characteristics of three-phase induction motor. So we are having three region of operation. One is motoring region, and second is generating region, and third is braking region. And we know for drawing any behavior in an ordinary graph we have to start with the origin. So here is the origin, and for drawing this torque slip characteristics we are going to take two parameters on x-axis. The first is a speed and second one is a slip. and we have to give preference for this speed, because with the help of speed we can obtain the value of slip. So the very first value, that is the x-axis, the direct x-axis would be the value of a speed, and with the help of that and parallelly we are going to calculate the value of slip 2, because we are discussing about torque slip behavior. So the value of 0 would be the speed of rotor, because once the supply being connected with the stator terminal and until it stops its operation, the synchronous speed is constant, it never reaches 0. So the only possible value for speed to be 0 is for rotor speed. So we can say the value of 0 is nothing but speed of the rotor. The speed of the rotor is 0 only when the machine is at rest, or we can say it is a standstill condition. So when rotor speed is 0, at that time the value of slip is 1. So this is the starting condition. Now we are going to gradually increase the rotor speed till it reaches the synchronous speed. So at that time we can calculate the slip value parallelly. So when the rotor speed reaches the synchronous speed, at that time the motor stops its operation, because we know in induction motor we have to maintain some relative difference between stator and rotor, and both the speed should never reaches synchronism. And when the rotor speed reaches the value of synchronism, we can say at that time the value of slip will be 0. So we can say this is the motoring region in which we are having two regions of operation. One would be stable and another one would be the unstable region. Now we'll discuss those regions now. And here we are increasing the speed gradually from 0 till it reaches synchronous speed. And when the rotor speed reaches 75% of its rated speed, or we can say at this point as a maximum slip point, when the rotor picks the speed up to 75% of its rated speed, and that point would be the maximum slip point. So up to this point we are going to compare the regions. So from 0 till 75% of rated speed, and from 75% of rated speed till synchronous speed. So we are having two regions. So now we will compare the same region with the value of slip. Here we are having 0. So this would be the origin for a slip. So here we are having a slip value as 0. So we can say speed is increasing on the left side of the graph. We can say it is gradually increasing towards the right hand side of us, and whereas slip is increasing towards the left hand side of us. So we are having a slip in this direction. So here we are going to start from here. So from 0 till SM we are having one region, and from SM till 1 we are having another region. So from 0 till SM, so we can say 0 is the lowest value and 1 is the highest value. So from 0 to SM it is a low slip region. So here we are having a straight line behavior. So we can say this is the stable region of operation, and from SM till it reaches 1. So we are having a high values of slip, and in which we are having a rectangular hyperbolic function. So it is an unstable region. Now we'll move on to the generating region, and we know the generating region, the slip range is from 0 to -1. Here we are having slip value as 0, and the next end would be the value of -1. And again generating 2, we are having two more region, one is stable and another one is unstable. And keep in mind we are going to have the same behavior what we have seen in the motoring region, but in opposite direction for generating region, so that we are having the same behavior, the same graph, but in the opposite direction. So here for motor we are having in the positive half of the graph, and for generator we are having the same exact waveform in the negative half of the graph. And now we'll see 0 here and minus 1 is here, and we know the direction of the slip. It is moving towards the left hand side of us, right? So this range, that is up to 75% of rated speed, or we can say this point as a SM. At this point, from 0 to SM would be the high value of slip, and from SM till minus 1 will be the low value of slip. So minus 1 till SM we are having low value of slip, and from SM to 0 we are having high value of slip. It is a high value of slip, it is low value of slip. And we can say this is the point where we are going to have a 75% of rated speed, and here for generating region we are going to increase the speed from ns to 2ns. So here the rated speed would be, the aim would be reaching 2ns. So once the synchronous speed reaching 75% of 2ns, and that point would be the value of SM. So now we'll see from 0 to SM. From 0 to SM we are having a stable, that is straight line behavior, and from SM to minus 1 we are having rectangular hyperbolic behavior. And for stable region the behavior should follow straight line, and for unstable region the behavior should have rectangular hyperbolic function. So here this is a stable region, and here after SM until it reaches minus 1 is the unstable region. So now we'll compare the values of slip, and from 0 to SM it is the high value of slip, and from SM to minus 1 it is a low value of slip, because we are having the direction of slip in the towards the origin. So here is the origin, so it is moving towards the origin. So we can say we are having high value of slip for obtaining stable region of operation, and we require low value of slip for obtaining unstable region of operation. It is quite opposite to the motoring operation. For low value of slip and for low value of slip we are having a stable region of operation in motor, and whereas for high value of slip in generator we are having a same stable region of operation. So this is what we said, that we are having the same behavior but in the opposite direction. So now we'll move on to our third region of operation, that is braking region. So and for that we are going to use two braking. One is mechanical braking and another one is electrical braking. So as we discussed earlier, we cannot apply mechanical braking directly to a machine which is already running at its highest speed. If we are going with mechanical braking, then it is going to give enormous amount of heat. So it is going to damage the windings of the machine. So in order to avoid such damage to a machine, first we are going to prefer electrical braking, and then we are going with mechanical braking. But before going with mechanical braking, from electrical braking we have to disconnect a stator from a supply. So that's the condition we have to keep in mind while doing braking operation. So in electrical braking we are having three types, and here we are going to use a plugging operation. So plugging means it is going to deal with a supply. So we all know that we are having a phase sequence as R, Y, B in three-phase AC network, and for that we are having a direction of rotation and stator flux in the clockwise direction with the speed of ns. And now for applying electrical braking, that is for plugging operation, we are going to reverse the phase sequence in the supply connected with stator winding. So by taking R phase as reference, we are just interchanging Y and B phases. So instead of going to give a supply sequence as R, Y, B, here we are taking as R, B, Y. So because of that, the flux direction will get changed. So now we are going to have a counterclockwise direction for a flux, and with the speed of minus ns. And for the first case, for the clockwise direction, the rotor is also following the stator. And now after the phase sequence being get reversed, we may expect the rotor to follow the synchronous speed. So, but it is already rotating in the clockwise direction with the heavy speed. So now, due to a sudden change in the direction of the synchronous speed, again that rotor, that is speed of the rotor, it is going to try to follow the synchronous speed. At that time, we are going to expect the opposite torque in the rotor, and due to that, the speed of the rotor is going to get reduced to some extent. So that speed reduction is required for electrical braking. So once the speed of the rotor is getting reduced to some extent, then we can go for a mechanical braking. But before going for the mechanical braking, once the speed reaches its value to some extent, it means reduction of speed to some extent, we can disconnect the stator from a main supply. And after disconnecting stator from a main supply, we are going to apply mechanical braking. It is for avoiding excess heat production or there is dissipation inside the machine. And that such type of braking is required when we are requiring an immediate stop of a machine which is already running at full load or full speed. So this is about the three region of operations in a torque slip characteristics. And one more thing about a generating region is we are not having much applications for induction generator except wind and tidal energy, renewable energy sources, because there we are expecting a variable speed of operations. Whenever we are having a variable speed of operations, there we can go with induction generator. But whereas synchronous generators are required only when we are having a constant speed of operation. So whenever we are having variable speed, we can go with induction generator. But the thing is, the generator, it is going to behave exactly opposite to the motor. It means the load is going to give a supply to the main supplies, that is main terminals. And we know the mechanical, that is the shaft, that is the load is going to provide supply, that is energy, only in the form of real power. So the mechanical power, that is the load, can able to give only a real power. But for the generating operation, we require flux creation inside the machine, and for the flux creation we require reactive power, and we are calling that reactive power supply as simply as an excitation. So we require excitation for making a machine to operate as a generator. And for here, but the load cannot provide a reactive power. It can able to supply only a real power. So for obtaining a reactive power, we require capacitor bank external to the machine. So we are going to have a capacitor bank connection with the supply terminals in order to make that particular machine as an induction generator. So this is one of the disadvantage in induction generator. That's why we are not preferring induction generator in all the applications. Rather than we required variable speed applications. So that's all about the torque slip characteristics. Thank you.